So, one of the most crazy and insane and deranged things I've ever seen. Just hang on a minute. Let me just check something. Yeah, there we go. I just needed to verify that my mic was on. Yeah, so one of the most crazy and deranged and really insane things that I've ever seen in my life, and perhaps ever in my life, was some deranged. Well, I've said deranged a lot of times, but this truly is deranged. Some doctor lunatic, a woman lunatic, who said that she'd helped a lot of kids transition from their gender at birth to another gender. Now, there's a lot of trouble with that. I'm not going to go into the whole trans debate about how evil and nefarious some of these doctors are. I know that some of them, or I assume that a lot of them, because I've read this and I've heard this elsewhere as well, are receiving quite a bit of money. In other words, there is a monetary incentive for a doctor to sell a child on how they should take puberty blockers, cut off their genitals, pretend that they're, I don't know, a girl instead of a boy, and the other way around, and etc. etc. It's just nefarious. It's just evil. It's pure evil. And also, it's very, very interesting with respect to persuasion, because this is how evil works when it persuades. I'm not going to preach about religiosity or pretend that I'm some good Samaritan or good Christian, even though I am Christian and I'm actually going to church today of all days. And this evil needs to be addressed. It surely does. This fly is really annoying me. I don't know why. But with respect to persuasion, there is still something here to touch. Because how do you persuade people when you have such a bad case? As in, I want to make children who are uninformed and who, on an objective level, they're fools. Children are fools because they say and they do a lot of stupid things. That's just a fact. That's what everyone, me included, when I was a kid, when I said and did a lot of stupid things, I needed a parent to correct me. That's what children need. They need a parent, or they need two parents. They need a household. So, and just before, just so I'm not getting myself into more entanglement and more mess, I'm talking about kids here. I'm not talking about adults. If I personally want to go around and pretend that I'm a woman, or any other man on the street wants to pretend that he's a woman and wear high heels and skirts and, I don't know, get fake tits, by all means, knock yourself out. I don't care about that. Because those are informed and responsible adults. No, I'm talking about children. And so in one particular case, one such doctor was asked, look, if there's an 11-year-old who enters your office and who says that she wants to become a boy, are you going to help her out? The doctor didn't say no. The doctor made every single argument in the book for why that was a good idea, which is pure evil. And so what I'm getting at here is really this. When you, as such a doctor, has such a lousy case, when we're talking about innocent kids, and you want to persuade them into believing that, yeah, it's a good idea to cut off your genitals and pretend that you're a boy instead of a girl, then you have to deal with fools, deranged parents, confused kids, and just working out of evil. Because even though evil is rampant, I'm actually getting a little bit religious now, or I'm getting these religious vibes now that I'm talking. This is kind of like my sermon. Even though there is a lot of evil around us, that doesn't mean that the evil is smart. Because a lot of the evil, a lot of Satan's and the devil's work is really the work of fools. Like in what's where am I getting at now? Like in targeting those who are at the bigger risk of saying yes, or targeting those who are prone. And so the main topic, the main theme that I want to end on with respect to this video is, when you're so evil and you're so horrendous that you have such a horrible case, the only person, or the only persons, the only people that you can persuade into doing these kinds of things are people who are less informed, dumb, and foolish. Deranged parents, people with, according to, well, in concordance with what Joe Rogan said, 12-volt brains, and of course children who don't know any better. If you want to learn more about sales and persuasion, get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching or listening to this, and I'll see you there.